Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the finale, yes, of season 5 of the 100. I cannot believe we're on this already. We've only got season 6 and 7 and we done and dusted. It's madness. But if you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. Now, speaking about links in the description, we have been running our most liked to dislike characters of season 5 all season, and now today in the intro it's time to reveal those results. Now, no dramas if you've not voted yet, because obviously you can always change it, and when we do get to the final season we'll go back and we'll review if anybody's changed from season 1 to season 7 and anybody you know, has actually ascended to the top who wasn't originally there after more people have actually taken part. So it doesn't really matter if you've not voted, it'll stay open, please do. And you know, you can always change the results, as well as if you don't really care about that and you want to just jump into the main video of today's episode, then use the timestamps below, just jump forward, because the intros do take about 8 to 10 minutes long, because we go through and have a little discussion about each of the characters. So I can't wait to see who you guys have chosen. But thanks in advance for that. We're going to jump over there now, and if you guys are going to jump to the main video, I hope you guys do enjoy that as well. Here we are in our most disliked characters of season 5. Now, I'm really excited about this vote. Honestly, I really am. I would say this is the first time I'm more excited about a disliked character vote than I am for a most liked character. And that is because I feel like we could be in for a big shock here. And I cannot wait, honestly. I'm really excited. So I feel like there could be a couple of possibilities that you could choose this season. McCreary, obvious one that you could pick down there. You know, I fully expect him to be in the top 3. He's been really annoying, you know. I understand where he's kind of coming from. He's come down to the earth, and obviously he's been attacked by Clark, and his people are kind of different to Diosa's, and like they follow him and not her. And it was one of them that actually done the first attack, wasn't it, on Octavia's crew, which caused all of this commotion in the first place. And obviously steamrolled ahead down there. And you know, just throughout the whole season in general, he's not really been a nice guy, and I prefer Diosa over him, if I'm being totally honest. I really do. Now, I feel like Cooper, in my personal opinion, was a bit annoying as well, but she did serve Octavia, and she was hardcore, proper loyalist. I would say the same as Miller, do you know what I mean? He's really hardcore and a loyalist as well. Now, speaking about Octavia, I feel like she's a massive contender for being the most disliked this season. I feel like, you know, she's always been on the ascension so far, from season 1 all the way up until season 5 now. You know, she's always been up, but this season I feel like she's had a dip. Now, she's obviously the leader of one crew, and a big weight has been put on her shoulders. And I think it's interesting because, you know, Clark had to bear all of this blame, didn't she, when she done Mount Weather? Now, I firmly believe Clark made the right decision in Mount Weather. Now, you can have your opinion, obviously this is just mine, but at the time, when everything was going on, Clark only had one choice, and that was obviously to attack and kill everybody, pretty much to save her people. And I feel like this season as well, Octavia's been stuck in this choice where, not about killing people, but she's been put in charge because she won the conclave. Do you know what I mean? Like, she won it, she went down there and she let everybody live there equally, which was great. It's fantastic. Well done, Octavia. Do you know what I mean? But then everybody's looked to her as like, you're the person in charge now. And do you know what I mean? Like, she's feeling this position where she's not strong enough, and Indra's constantly on her side, like saying, we'll guide you, we'll help you, and she's had to make these tough decisions. Do you know what I mean? Like, I do feel sorry for Octavia because she's had to turn people into cannibals. Now, I understand that it's about free will and people should choose themselves, but Abby, after speaking to Octavia, was saying, look, we're running out of protein, we haven't got enough, we need to look at extreme measures. You know, if people don't want to start eating people from the fighting pits, then we're going to have to obviously enforce it. And the reason why we're going to have to do that is because we've seen something like this in the Ark. You know, people decided not to take part in something, and it pretty much went to waste. She was pretty much saying that all these people that don't take part in obviously becoming cannibals, then they're going to die, but their bodies won't have the right nutrients, and it won't be supporting enough for the people that actually want to stay alive. So basically, they'll be dying, and we can't utilise their bodies. So Octavia made a decision to actually force people, and yes, she killed a couple and, you know, lost them, but like, she could have ate them, you know, their tea for tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? But in reality, do you know what I mean? If she didn't enforce a couple of deaths, she would have had a lot more if people decided not to. So in that aspect, I feel really sorry for her, and everybody's looking to her for advice and guidance, and she doesn't even feel it herself. And she's got to this point where her head's too big, it's ballooned, because she's got to a position of like absolute power that if somebody disagrees with her, she wants to shoot them down and kill them. And I firmly believe in life that like people in high positions of power need somebody by their side to tell them they're being an arsehole, and it needs to be that right advice. You get it with athletes, they're too big for the boots, they feel like they could do anything, you know, they're God's greatest gift, and when somebody criticizes them, you know, they feel like somebody's taking a dig and going at them, when no, someone's trying to give them, you know, some constructive criticism. And Octavia wasn't happy with any of that. And even when Monte come over and was telling about the algae farm and she didn't have to march and everybody, she still went for it. She burned it down. She was selfish. I feel like all the season, it was about me with Octavia. I done this. I'm the winner. I'm the leader. I'm doing that. Do you know what I mean? We're marching. If you're not going to, I'm going to take you down. And, you know, after all this good progression, I feel like, you know, being in this position and the weight on her shoulders, I feel like it's sent her down a little bit. And that is why I can't believe I'm going to say this after she's won 2 seasons of my most liked characters. But Octavia's going to be her most disliked character. And you know what? I'm really interested to see if everybody else chooses this as well. Because some people, I like Octavia's my favourite character throughout the whole 7 seasons. I'm never going to press dislike, and that's not me. You know, I take every episode at a time. I'll call you BS out when it happens, and I'll choose your dislikes if you have had a bad season. And to me, although I've liked Octavia and I still like her, she's a fantastic character. This season, I feel like she has a downfall, and she is obviously my personal most disliked character. She's even sent all of her people, the 300, into, you know, pretty much that hill. All of them been mowed down. She nearly died last episode. Bellamy nearly died. You know, Gaia's nearly dead as well. They've all had to retreat. I have no idea how it was going to end. But she's matched them all in with the help of Kane, to be honest. You know, Kane caused a lot of them deaths as well by switching to the wrong side. And I personally, in my opinion as well, Clark, she's been annoying this season, in my opinion. I feel like Clark will win the most light. She seems to always win it. But I don't like how, I understand that she's Maddie's mum. I actually like that, you know, how she's like parent of Maddie and she looks at situations, but then I also don't like it as well because she's so hardcore focused on Maddie, in my opinion. She forgets everybody else. She forgets all of her loved ones, and she goes against them as well. In certain situations here, mate, you know what I mean? She's threw people under the bus, in my opinion, like Bellamy and all that. Somebody who's hardcore for her, and obviously favoured Maddie, which again, I do get because it's like a kid. But I would say Clark's been annoying as well, but I firmly believe she's going to win the most liked. But I'm going with Octavia's a disliked. Cannot wait to see who you guys pick. But here we are in our most disliked characters of season 5. Now again, if you're probably wondering, why have you changed clothes? Yes, you know, as we always say in these finale episodes, we do run the videos first on the Patreon. So this is obviously recorded, the intro for you guys, obviously after the Patreon I've had it. So if you're interested in watching any of season 6 before the YouTube, head over there. And obviously venturing out into season 7 as well, they do get it first. But they had their first vote on obviously this as well, and guess who they chose? Octavia, McCreary and Bellamy in the top 3 in that exact order as well. That is the first time, yeah, no joke, that is stayed exactly so true to the Patreon, to the YouTube. That is really, really interesting, and I do find it amazing, if I'm being honest. You've just heard me a little talk about Octavia there. You know, she's been my favourite characters in the last 2 seasons, and then this season they're giving her most disliked. We call it out as we see it. She has been through some tough decisions, let's be honest, situations as well. You know, you've got to be strong. I feel like Octavia is always this person that likes to be like part of everything and fighting and with her people, but like she's fell upon being this person who's in charge and she has to make these tough decisions, and I feel like that's not actually who Octavia is. You know what I mean? So like I feel like she's all for being committed, one crew, and like being together like she would do with Bellamy and obviously like Clark and stuff in the first couple of seasons, and it's the same thing here, but she's fell into the leadership role and she's been told, you've got to tell us what to do, you won the conclave, it's your decision, we look up to you. And it's just pure pressure, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? We've seen it when she was trying to make people, you know, turn into cannibals. At the end of the day, it had to be done to survive. But, like, you know what I mean? Being forced to put into that position, it's crazy. So you've got to understand certain situations, but I agree with everything that everybody's chosen. I mean, what a crazy mix as well. Look at this, mate. All the way down here, people have got a couple of 1 votes. Clark, Emory's got 2, Murphy as well. You know, Shaw, Kane, Raven. And Raven... Mate, not many times do we see Raven get a dislike, so very interesting, you know, really, really do like it. And I've obviously seen this and seeing it staying true, mate, literally staying so true to the Patreon. I'm so excited to see the most liked characters and see if that actually stays the same, because that would be the first time ever. And so many people have taken part in the votes as well. I said it last season, I'll say it again, I can't thank everybody enough for actually taking part. You guys are literally amazing. Well, thanks for voting for the most dislikes. Let's jump over now and see the most liked characters of Season 5. And now, here we are. Most liked characters of Season 5. Like I said, you know, usually Octavia's in the discussion. Not this season, mate. Honestly, she's not. Obviously, she's just won the most dislikes. But here we are now. I'm just going to go straight into it, me. I'm going to say I'm going to pick a character that's not even main cast. This season, though, they've stepped up. They've had much more storylines. And I don't think I've ever picked a character that I would class as, like, recurring before as my most liked character. But I'm actually going to choose, yeah, no messing about, I'm going to go straight in there. Indra, my girl, mate. what a good story she's had in this show. I feel like when she was first introduced, I didn't like her, and you could probably go back to when she was first in the show, and I was probably slagging her and calling her. I'm not gonna lie, you know, like I said, I take episodes as they go and decisions as they go, and like, you know, I think at the start I wasn't a big fan, but as we slowly progressed and gone forward, man, I'm a proper Team Indra fan, me. I actually really like her. I feel like she has a good season. She's the only person standing up and telling Octavia that she's like BSing it and she's not happy with her decisions. You know what I mean? When Octavia was taken down by Bellamy, she's come out there and she's saying that she's going to march and she's going to accept a plea deal, obviously with Diosa, because she wants her people to be safe. It's all about saving everybody. Do you know what I mean? It's not always about winning. It's about what's best for the people. And marching them in there into a battle is not the best. As you could see, Octavia's plan was pretty terrible. Quite a lot of people died. And she was going to go in. We also had, you know, her with Abby. She was, do you know what I mean? Like, she kept her locked away. She knew that Abby was the one that actually stole the medicine, and it was Kane, the one that actually went and got put in the fighting pit. But she protected her for the sake of Kane because he was a friend. I feel like she's made good decisions. Even, you know, she took part in that, do you know, when they was trying to destroy the worms. She pretended that she had no idea what was going on when she actually did, and she come in and she took part in that. I feel like she had a good season. I think morally, she's looked at things objectively and smartly, and I feel like this season it's been kind of all over the place in people's decision making. And I feel like Indra's been the constant person that's kind of been grounded and looked at everything in the correct way, in my personal opinion. I actually really like her relationships with everybody, to be honest. With Octavia, in terms of like the love hate. Yes, you're doing the right thing. No, you're not. Telling her as well. I like how she's got this friendship with Kane. Actually, I really do like that. It's consistent as well, to be honest. You know, that's really good. And like I said, mate, you know, she's willing to die on the battlefield all of the time. She was going in there. She told Gaia, look, mate, you know, I'll take Bellamy out, and then when the time comes, I'm going to jump, you take me out. I'm not going to let, you know, like, let you die for me. I'm the mum. You've got to survive. You're my daughter. Big respect to you, Indra. You've had a massive progression. I really do love you. I'm not even going to lie. Not beating around the bush. You are my favourite. For our most liked characters of Season 5. Clark has absolutely smashed it out of the park. Literally, there's no messing about, is there? She's had more than 50% of the votes. Well, 52.29 to be precise. Very interesting. Do you know what I mean? You know, with the YouTube edits and cuts, you know, when I was reviewing the Patreon's most disliked characters, we did have a discussion in there, and I was saying, look, mate, when we go over to the most liked, I fully expect you guys to choose Clark as being, you know, the most favourite, pretty much. She's the showrunner. She wins pretty much every time. I've got no problem with that because she's a great character. She's been put in lots of tough decisions and, you know, scenarios, and it's kind of like Octavia this season. You know, all the blame gets put on her mainly most of the time. So this is why I actually do like Clark. And also with Clark's situations, with some of Octavia's this season as well, I kind of agree with the tough decisions that they have to make. For example, the Mount Weather one, I ain't hating you, Clark, for that. I feel like it had to be done. With Octavia, with the cannibalism, again, you know, it's a bit iffy, do you know what I mean? Touchy subject, but they did tell you, doctor said that if you didn't actually do that, that you didn't have enough protein resources to stay alive. So again, I can't really hate you, do you know what I mean? And it's tough decisions, big characters, play it out well, and she's consistently good throughout the whole show. Now, the thing that I'm really enjoying is the fact that Echo is in second place, really, really good. You know, she had a big storyline here with Bellamy, you know, kind of like frenemies with Octavia, so to speak, banished for a second time. And you know what? I'm happy with her storyline and what she's getting, and I'm interested to see more and where we go from here. Also, I'm buzzing that Indra's in third place still. I did pick her as the most liked. You know, I'm really enjoying her. And, you know, for reference, the Patreon had it as Clark, Indra, and Octavia. But yes, I know Octavia won the most disliked, but it was only like 25, 30 people who voted on that one. So it's obviously changed massively. It looks like she's got no votes literally since, obviously, the YouTube have taken over. So very, very interesting stuff. Clark's knocked it out of the park. Massive landslide, honestly. She's won, as most of the times. I'm actually loving the fact that she's in a mum role, even though certain situations it does annoy me, like because she picks Maddie and literally the flame, and she hates her, Maddie to like have it, don't want it. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the part that's stressing me out with it. I'm just like, take the flame, Maddie. Do you know what I mean? I've been waiting for it for so long. Get another Lexa in there. And Clark's always like, no, no, no. That's why she stresses me out sometimes. But in reality, the whole thing, Clark's amazing, and you know she has probably rightfully deserved this season's vote. But here we are back. After doing the votes, we'd like to thank every single person for taking part. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible, and it makes the show so much better. Obviously, seeing everybody's different opinions and engaging in all of the comments and obviously all of the polls. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. Can't wait for the finale. Don't know what's going to happen. Really interested to see, obviously, who actually wins out of, obviously, Dials and McCreary, or if it's going to be Octavia and one crew. It's going to be exciting. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
We need medical equipment. There's no food, there's no water, and the rain is undrinkable from the ash. They made it. We don't know it's them. Gunner, spread out and take it! Where's Jackson? She's lost a lot of blood. I got it.
She'll be okay now. Will she? Look around you. Do you see signs of hope here?
Ida, look. Jack and I are going to kneel straight away.
Coming. Protect the commander.
She's one crew. Oh, is she going to drop? Oh, it's exciting, man. What a start. Thought Octavia wanted to lead side by side, but she's knelt. Oh, mate, look again. New starting. Last episode, it was lighter. This is a different one. But it's kind of like... It's kind of like saying, I want to run my own company. I want to be the director. I want to run it. And then you get there and you run it and you're like, fucking hell, this is a graft, mate. Literally, should have just stayed high up in the position. Do you know what I mean? I was chilling on the board. You know what I mean? I didn't think it was this responsibility, this much pressure. I had to do all of this stuff. I'm fine, mate. Get a new MD in. I'll go back down to being on the board. I'll advise. You know what I mean? That was too much of a graft. That's Octavia in this position here. She wanted to lead. She got in that position. She's like... CBA with that, mate. Thank God somebody else can come and take it from me now. Do you know what I mean? But yes, I'm happy now.
McCreary has Raven and Shaw. One of them will break and fly that ship.
What's left of the 1st Battalion's ready.
The commander's army is too.
So where's the commander?
I like how they've all got that little paint on their head.
Everyone will follow you, but you have to lead them.
I don't want to lead them into a massacre.
We have the numbers, Hedda.
There has to be a better way than rushing back into those guns.
If there is, we would have thought of it.
Commanders. They only talk to me in my dreams and show me what they want me to see.
Let this world peel away. Mens mea fiat mens tua.
Mens mea fiat mens tua.
Yeah, this is good, mate. Oh yeah, get that stuck on your head, mate. That's your rightful crown.
How far away?
About 5 clicks. The rest of their army is just outside the gorge.
Your dentist appointment is over. We have an army of savages to destroy.
I'll fly the ship.
Yo, that machine's mental what he's just got there. You have to buy time, don't you? You'd have to chat some sort of shit, wouldn't you? I'd say, look, mate, airborne in 2 minutes is impossible. Launch procedure takes at least 20. Do you know what I mean? I've got to get used to the systems and controls. Probably about half an hour is the fastest I could be, even if it's like 2 minutes, really. I'd be like, do you know what I mean? I'd be buying time. I'd say, you want it flying? I'll fly it, mate. I'll get here. You can watch me, but this is how long it takes, and then I'd be as slow as possible. That's what I would do.
I'm here to see Colonel Diosa. Sorry, only McCreary and the doc are allowed in. Hormones for the baby.
Wheels up in 2 minutes, boys and girls.
Why did he always turn the back?
I need to get to McCreary.
Leave him alone! We're ready for takeoff, all right?
That's enough.
Raven, cut the engines. Copy that.
What are you gonna do? Shoot a pregnant woman?
If I did that, your baby might live.
I'd actually love her to do it, even though, like, it's absolutely ruthless.
So much for McCreary's backup.
All positions, open fire.
Explain to me why I'm not shooting this Gatling gun.
This is Maddie's plan. We have to draw out the cannons.
That's right. Big guns, go! Now! Be heroes!
I love balls. Look at that for a shot, mate.
I need to get closer.
Get closer, I'll cover you.
Perfect. Cease fire.
Yes, my dear, go on.
Tell your men to lower their weapons, and I'll lower mine.
Looking for the next plan.
McCreary, you can't be this crazy.
My weapon's down.
Why would you put it down, Clark? You could have just shot him. He's backwards turned.
I can't have this valley. No one can. We're on a ship. It's up to space. And we survive. It's as simple as that.
Oh. This is still coming down, though. Let's not forget. Overrun. Said this all season, they'd get overrun.
Take Emmo out.
They surrendered. It's over.
We killed hundreds of our people in that gorge.
You can execute them because they're the enemy, or you can break the cycle.
That is true, actually. I kill half.
What is that?
Evac signal.
Now for immediate evacuation.
Putting aside 1,000 other questions, how long do we have?
9 minutes.
3, 2, 1.
Go, go, go!
9 minutes, mate.
Because there's no way in hell I can leave the man I love behind.
Yes, mate. On his back. Go on. Interesting stuff. So, I mean, that was good. What Bellamy just said to her there. You know, I kind of like the fact that she was going to go all savage mode and kill them, because obviously it's a war and they're the enemies, but it is the same cycle that we go through all of the time. I fall into it, me. Do you know what I mean? They're the enemy, they're there, we're about to win, smoke them all off, kill them all. Do you know what I mean? But then you just literally rinse and repeating it all the time. And like he said, we was once in their position. We come down, we took the earth, do you know what I mean? And we got into that cycle where he's killing everybody. This is your chance to break it. You take this, you win. You are the leader of everybody. Hopefully, do you know what I mean? Like, if you've kept people alive, they'll be not on your side, but they're not going to be no enemies. And that's the thing. Once you start a war, even when some people win, the ones that lost, you'll have people like Emerson, who will always want to come back and fight you. And as well as Echo at first, when she come back and destroyed Mount Weather, she was still a remaining piece of the people that lost the first war, so to speak. So it's interesting. If you show them a bit of, you know, mercy, then maybe they'll have nobody coming back to retaliate later on in the future. So Bellamy was right. Do you know what? It'd be a tough one for my day. You got to pick a second. Who would you pick? Indra, Bellamy, Octavia? All of them would be solid choices. I wouldn't have Clark in that situation. I think she's too close to the feels. But those three, mate, they'd be straight on my council.
First we save their life, then we let them prove they deserve it.
That's good, Maddie.
Commanders told you that?
Bellamy.
Nah, Bellamy. It was Bellamy, wasn't it? What actually has happened to Abby? She's still treating Kane, isn't she? Look at him. Mate, he's in a bad way there.
I'm not here to kill you, Abby. So it's okay for me to be the monster, but not you, is that right? Eat or die. That was you too!
You're right. Strike me down or get the hell out.
I have a better idea.
He pushes Gurney across. Just run with them.
Forgive her.
Now's not the time, Maddie.
Do you have any idea how much she cares about you? I shouldn't tell you this, but when you were on the ring, he called you on the radio every day for 6 years.
Mom, I didn't know.
You couldn't have.
Sonic boom. It's close. We have to hurry.
That ship's massive, man. It's got like 500 people on there.
Come in!
Close.
We have to close the door.
Raven, we need a little more time.
There is no more time.
12, 11, 10,
Time to spare.
Oh, they have made it.
Just what I like to take off from a planet that wasn't on fire.
It's like the same thing over and over again. But it's not like the same story being repeated though. That's the thing. Like, it's kind of like The Walking Dead, innit, mate? Do you know what I mean? Zombies all of the time. You're always trying to survive, but you're always kind of in a different location with kind of a different, not a different goal. Like, the goal is always to live the same way these are and survive at the same time. But like, it's also, do you know what I mean? Like, it's a different story at each season, and it's different. It could be similarities. Something's hitting the earth, you got to try and survive. Do you know what I mean? Something again hit the earth last season. Clark was nearly left. Something again hit the earth here. Murphy and Monty's nearly left. Do you know what I mean? But it's totally different. The whole story is completely different. There's no correlation at all, apart from that one ending scene about waiting and possibly having to leave them. That is the same. So again, it's interesting, but it's mad. Are we going to get next season in space? I thought like most of this season would be like half in space, half underground, half on the land. Get to midway, then we focused on the story. It didn't go that way. Not bothered at all that we didn't do that. But now again, it looks like we're ending, going back up into space. I wonder how long or how many episodes we're going to get next season up there.
How's Murphy?
Jackson got both bullets. Cockroaches are hard to kill.
Kane?
They put him in a drug-induced coma, but Jackson says there's not enough of the drug to keep him that way for long.
I don't know much about cryo sleep, but at least it'll keep him alive.
Wait, yeah, they've got all them pods here.
Not mad at me for leaving you in Polis?
Of course he is.
The commander ordered me not to be.
Cheer up. I wasn't invited either. You know what your mistake was?
Killing you the day you opened the bunker?
That too. Your mistake was liking it. It's okay, I liked it too.
One garden, two serpents. Eden never stood a chance.
That's true as well. Life reference.
412 people on this ship. Thanks to Maddie, we saved who could be saved. Oh, it's our job to keep them alive.
Algae.
Consistency is key.
Cryo is the only option. There are 500 pods, which is more than enough for what we need.
We go to sleep, we don't age, we wake the next morning, it's 10 years later.
It's time for bed.
Yeah, it's a great idea. They don't age. They've been up there for hundreds, haven't they? She looks like, I don't know, like a young girl there.
I'm so proud of you, Maddie.
Maddie Griffin, mate. I like how she's called that.
I love you, big brother. I know you love me too. Don't make me wait 10 years to hear you say it.
You're my sister. And a part of me will always love you.
I wish I was dead.
The other part wishes a part of you was.
That was good, that. Do you know what? I love honesty. I actually do. Do you know what I mean? Right now, she's not his best. You know what I mean? She's not his best person. Do you know these cryopods? Is that what they're called, right? Didn't that happen in real life? Surely not. Like, surely you can't go and be put to sleep and then wake up. Well, I mean, I know you can get put to sleep and wake up in 10 years, like an induced coma. But what I mean is, like, surely your body will have aged 10 years. So if I went in and I was 20, I'd wake up and I was 30, and I would actually feel it. The same way as a 40-year-old, you know what I mean? They might be able to run around and be fit and the joints are all okay. But a 50-year-old, oh, mate, I've got sore knees. Can't run now. God, do you know what I mean? That hurt. Do you know what I mean? I have to take it a bit slow. Can't pick up the same weight. You know, like my elbows are a bit achy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like body deterioration, joints. Like these gonna come out exactly the same. That's what it sounds like. You know what I mean? We've seen them come out 100 years later and they are okay. And she's pregnant. You know what I mean? She said that she's pregnant for 100 years. So clearly they didn't age. But what I'm saying is in the present, if you'd done something like this, you would age. Surely you would, wouldn't you? I think it's good though. It's clever. It fits, you know. They had 500 pods. First of all, my main question is, you know, all of those 500 people that was there the first time when Raven and Murphy was on the ship, what's happened to them? Surely they didn't come down, because we actually never seen the progression of they all woke up and then the next episode they was on the ground, Raven and Murphy. I didn't even jump into it enough myself, to be honest. Like, somebody's clearly gone up and got them and brought them down. But what happened to all those criminals? Did they become part of the army? Because if they did come part of the army, then they had 500 people plus all the ship that was there the first time, which meant Octavia's numbers of only 800 that was there down in the bunker becomes kind of level and evens. You know, all season we've been going on that they've got the numbers advantage, but they wouldn't have if they took the 500 from up there, plus the people that had already come down and combined them. So I don't know. We kind of glossed over that. I'm not too bothered anyway. This is a good idea. It fits. It was 500 pods. It's 480 survived or something. They can all go to sleep. For God's sake, someone's pods malfunctioned again, mate. Oh, is it time? Is it actually time?
Why is it just us?
That's the way
Someone else?
Mom and Dad wanted it.
Who are you?
Never met anyone before. They clearly suck at it.
What's going on, mate?
Monty and Harper's son.
What the fuck?
Get dressed and come to the bridge. Dad left explicit instructions. Wake Clark and Bellamy first. Play them the message.
How long were we asleep?
125 years.
125? Yeah, fucking Monty and Harper's dead, mate. What's going on there?
I'm able to monitor conditions on the ground using the ship's geologic equipment, so I'll know when it's safe for us to go back.
Another 40 staterooms over
2-year anniversary of the long nap. Harper's been eating a little too much, Algie.
Picked a name today. Jordan.
Oh, I can't believe it, mate.
Jasper. Green. I can't wait to see your faces. Since you're watching this sometime in the future, you know now that I didn't wake you up, because there's still nothing down there. It's gonna be a while. I'll let you know if things change. Just put Jordan.
Ah, okay, now, mate. Look how old he looks.
He's a good boy.
Smart like his father.
Yeah, kind like his mom. If you're watching this, kiddo, we love you so much. Earth isn't coming back. You've been asleep for over 28 years. I'm working on a plan B, though. If you're awake, that means I found it.
Old man. Wait, look at that.
Jordan, your mother died today. We had a good life. Sometimes I know she wanted to be with you guys. Maybe I did too. If we did that, I wouldn't be able to show you this. It took me 30 years, but I finally cracked the Allegiance 3 mission file.
What's this planet called?
Coordinates a week ago. You'd get there in 75 years. Allegiance 3 never radioed back. It was after Apocalypse 1, so no one heard it. I hope we do better there. I hope Jasper was wrong, and we aren't the problem. May we meet again.
May we meet again, you legend. The episode just needs to end now. I think that was just like a perfect last 10 minutes. It was so good. Oh, mate, I don't even know who that person is, but like that, you know what? Rip to you, rip to Monty, rip to Harper, mate. That was so good. Those last 10 minutes were sick. It just shows, man, like having a good storyline and characters that you can get behind. You don't need the action all of the time. Like, look at these. Prime example, last episode I was complaining that the only two characters that wasn't utilised enough was those two. I actually was saying that. And like, now these two are dead. But because they've done so well throughout of the show, coming up until the end, do you know what? I can't believe that they've died, to be honest. Like, I just need to segue before all of that. I can't believe we've lost Jasper, lost Jaha, lost Harper, lost Monty. 4 big characters, all in pretty much one season. Yeah, okay, he happened, Jasper, at the end of season 4, but technically it's one season, innit? It's like in the space of like 15 episodes, all gone. I don't even know what's happened to Kane. He's probably survived. It's too many to kill off, but that's crazy. It really is. And I mean, that last 10 minutes was so good. Honestly, it really was. They played it out perfectly. And when I look at like video clips like that, I just think more people need to document like stuff like that for their kids throughout their life. I know it's totally different, but like kind of like the program Good Luck Charlie, is it the one that was on Disney Channel where they like film himself every day and he was talking? And mate, it's so good. If I in 30 years time or something, sadly when my parents passed away, had tapes and I had memories of them sitting down talking, bantering, having a laugh. Do you know what I mean? Them two there was like, you know, we got another 46 rooms to go in. Them just like talking about life and how they love me. And it's like a diary, but a better one. One that you can see the personality there on the screen. You can see them laughing and crying and having a good time. And it's just so impactful. It really is. And I like the progression of how they've done it as they got older. My only complaint is they should have gone in the cryopods, to be fair. Like, they should have got to a point where they had Jordan, they all got in it, and do you know what I mean? And then they could all be alive at a decent age, like 10. They'd be like 20 years older than Clark. But then again, I don't think that would actually work, would it? Because now thinking about it, you know, he did say that at first it was 28 years when he was making that. And I was thinking, all right, you should go in the crowd pod there. It's been 28 years, they've been asleep, do you know what I mean? And you're still at, like, I wouldn't say a healthy age, but, you know, a respectable one. But then again, you were saying that Earth, it still wasn't sustainable. You know what I mean? It wasn't a place to go. And it took you, did you say something like 70 years or something to crack the code in Allegiance 3, which shows this planet? Now, the interesting thing is, them people that created Allegiance 3, the ones that obviously sucked the oil, did he say, out of the Earth, they're going to be living on this planet. So when these land, are they going to be there? Is it going to be another one of those situations where the 100 are dropped onto Earth and obviously they've been attacked? Again, these people are dropped onto the Earth and Clark's attacked because they lived there, the grounders, and now boom, here they found this new planet, whatever it is, and they dropped down, and now the people that lived there, they're going to attack as well. It is going to be fascinating. They said that there was 2 sons, I believe Clark just said there. I like how they just woke Bellamy and Clark up. In my personal opinion, this needs to be shown to everybody on the ship. They need to know. It's like one of them things in history. Do you know what I mean? Where everybody needs to know a monumental thing, an action. Rosa Parks, do you know what I mean? Like, everybody knows her story. Martin Luther King, everybody knows his story. These are big things that people done in life that changed the history of the earth. Do you know what I mean? And like, this is prime example here. These have sacrificed themselves to find a solution for the whole of mankind, and everybody needs to know it. They need to be a legend legacy. You know, everybody needs to know Harper and Monte are the reason we are all here. It needs to be told to every kid, every school, every person. It's great. I personally think this season's been really good. I actually do think it's been really good. I feel like there's been certain situations where I've absolutely like bashed characters, certain situations I really like decisions, other situations where characters have really annoyed me but I've enjoyed their acting. There's been certain situations that people that I dislike have done interesting things that I kind of understood and could get behind. There's been other times where I thought like, you know, I'm really happy that people are kind of getting in relationships and together and bonding, and you know, the love and hate between Murphy and obviously Amore, I've enjoyed that as well. I was buzzing when Bellamy first kissed, you know, Echo. Kind of sense that I can feel it brewing all of the time. Clark stressed me out, I'm not going to lie, but I can understand her decisions of being like a mother and trying to, you know, help you know, help Maddie. Again, Octavia, she's trying to find some sort of not redemption, what is it? She's trying to feel like get it back off Bellamy, so to speak. She's saying, I love you, brother, do you love me? He's like, I did love you, mate, I did. I'll always love my sister, but like right now, this Octavia, not too sure. Honestly, I love it. It's interesting. I like consistency as well. Do you know what I mean? I always talk about consistency, and him with his algae throughout the whole season is a reason why he's kind of got to this position to save everybody. It has been great. I've really enjoyed it. It was a great last 10 minutes. What an exciting season this has been, and now I can't wait to see what the new Earth, whatever planet, has to offer us, mate. It's going to be good. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Very, very good ending at the, you know, at the end there. Didn't expect it. I was thinking, what's going on, mate? That kid is definitely older than 10 years. Turns out, well, I don't know how old he is. Did they say, is he 28? I think that's how old he was. That they were saying since they first went to sleep to when they first put him in the pod. And then obviously he's awoken, he's followed the instructions. I think it's been really good. I mean, it must be hard for him to actually go in that crowd pod knowing that it's the last time he's seen his parents. I would have loved to see that situation, to be honest. That would have been really, really hard. But you know, he's ensured the human race has gone forward. I thought it was going to be a malfunction in the pod, mate. I've mentioned Passengers a few times this season. I'm not saying it's like the greatest film of all time. All I'm saying is just similar references. They're on a ship, they're all asleep, one pod wakes up. Then obviously, like, they're there, he's deciding what's going on, do you know what I mean? He don't want to be alone for so long, so he wakes the next person up, which is Jennifer Lawrence, do you know what I mean? And they live and make it, and obviously make the ship that they live in, like, sustainable for everybody else in the future. I thought that's kind of happening here, to be honest. I thought Clark was going to malfunction, I thought she was going to wake Bellamy, do you know what I mean? And then them two was going to rock forward, but no, it was kind of, instead of two people waking up earlier, two people didn't decide to go in at the same time. And those two people ensured the safety of everybody else on the Earth. They worked and worked and worked, sacrificed themselves so everybody else can stay alive. What good people, mate. You know what? I can't express how happy the ending have made me. I thought it was really good. It actually has been really good. I was going to moan that obviously, you know, McCreary ended the kind of world again in terms of like, I know I was saying it's not the same storyline, you know, we have had like it being destroyed a few times, but it's all been different contexts, all been different scenarios. And, you know, I was just going to moan a little bit and say, you know, this guy's done this from a selfish point of view and now this guy gets to live. You know, they've not even really taken him out. Did he get put in a crowd pod? I would have killed him, to be honest. I'm not going to lie, I would have. You know, he's the reason why, again, we've all come up to space and we're on our last legs. But again, I think it's a great decision. I'm glad Maddie rocked with it. It went forward, agreed. People going to sleep for 10 years, which turns out to be 100 now, but 10 years with no, you know, no aging, nothing, no effect. It's like me now. You know what? If you give me the chance, parents are still alive and that. So, I mean, this is different. Just pretend they had no parents. Fuck it. They're all gone, yeah? Give me a chance to go sleep now, right, and wake up 100 years in the future, still being as healthy / you know, all my body can do whatever it can right now in the present. I will take it because I want to see that future. I want to see what technology we've got, how it's advanced, what's going on, the buildings, the cars, you know, everything. I'll be so intrigued to do it, and I would do it. I actually would do it if you give me the option. So, I mean, I'd be buzzing me if I'm waking up knowing it's 100 years into the future over 10. Because, you know, Miles was saying he remembers when he first, you know, before he got, you know, put in that cryopod the first time, he used to go to church, ride his Harley, he loved his bike, you know what I mean? He's come down, different earth, different place, different people. Now they're fighting to survive. They was prisoners, you know what I mean? He could fly the ship and that. And now he's again back asleep. He's going to wake up. Now, the interesting thing with Diosa, mate, she's been pregnant for like 200 years, innit, mate? Literally. Again, I want to see her have her kid. I'm not really seeing a baby born, have we, on this show? It's 5 seasons in. Yes, Maddie was young, but she's kind of like just rapidly grew up, hasn't she? She's like 12 now, whatever. I like how she's called Maddie Griffin, to be honest. I actually do like that. It was a nice little touch on that machine there going in. She's the commander. She's been accepted, knelt by Octavia. It was good stuff. You know, Gaia looks like she stayed alive as well. Kane, again, I think he stayed alive. He was in a bad way, though. I thought Abby, again, if we're going back to her, has had a pretty good season in terms of, you know, one of the best ones she's currently had. She's been up and down in the emotions. She's acted well on a personal level for herself in terms of showing all the different ranges that she can hit. She's been shaking, she's been vomiting, she's been, you know, fighting. She's literally been through all of it. Again, like I said, certain situations she stressed me out, but I thought she's been really good. I thought most characters have had good acting levels this season, and again, I know that they've just died there, Monty and Harper, but everybody else has been kind of utilised really well and had a good time to shine. Like Miller, he's done pretty good in his reoccurring role. He's been like buzzing off Octavia, hasn't there? Blood Rainer, hardcore, all in. He's gone for it, utilised him well. I feel like we utilised everybody. You know, Dials and McCreary, you know, and what is it, Abby, really good. They've used them, and Miles, they've been pushed quite a bit. Not been in it too much, but been in it a good amount. And then obviously we've got Raven and Echo, who stepped up. I'm glad she's part of the main cast. She's been really good. And then Murphy and Amore, their situations that they've been utilised. Bellamy has been a good leader. I think he's used his head objectively. And Indra this season has stepped up, mate. I feel like she's part of the main cast, like hardcore, like used loads. I loved it. It was great. And then obviously Octavia taking the lead role, I think, personally, this season. Doesn't mean I like it, but she was kind of the lead character and everything revolved around her. And then we had Clark as well, obviously being the mum going in at it, and I like that side of her, even though I wasn't a big fan of all the decisions she was making. I think this has been a solid season, to be honest. I think it's getting really hard to actually rank them. You know, what did I say last season that I was ranking them? Did I say I would do it 2, 1, 4, 3? Maybe I said that. I don't know. Now I'm kind of thinking it might be like 2, maybe 5, 1, 4, 3. I don't know. 5's been pretty good, to be fair. I have liked 5. 1 kind of feels OG as well. I feel like that's cause I always kind of put the first season kind of up there because it hooks you into the show, do you know what I mean? And anything after that, it's like a bonus because it's like, wow, it was so good to carry on. If you're getting better now, how good is that? And do you know what I mean? And now considering I'm on season 5 and I've enjoyed it that much, I'm like 5 seasons in and you're still impressing me and it's a contender for being one of the best seasons. How can you moan? So again, that's what I mean. So I think off the top of my head now, without going back and doing a little season overview, remembering what's happened and stuff, because there's a lot of episodes, I think I might go 2, 1, 5, 4, 3 as the order. But again, when we get into the final season, a vote will be ran. We can pick 3 votes. We can all see the top 3 of everybody's choices, and I can't wait to see that one as well. So thanks for checking out today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the finale. I thought it's been a good season. Really enjoyed it today. Can't wait to see what season 6 holds for us. And yeah, it's going to be on the channel tomorrow. So if you do want to watch that and you did enjoy today's, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.